Yo! Yeah! Way to go, dude!
Oh, man!
It's the weekend!
Oh, man! Look at those guys playing Ultimate Frisbee!
Oh, yeah, dweebs.
Cool!
Hey, Angela!
Whoa,
hey, Angela! What's going on? All right, man. Well, I tell you what.
I wonder if they're here for the music.
I don't know. It's the weekend. We got to kick out some jams, don't we?
Let's do this!
Let's do it!
We are the Cult Lords. Release your mind. Release your mind.
Welcome in, Cult Lords fans, to the very first Cult Lords Music Exchange. Now, what these episodes are about are where Dane and I exchange songs. And usually, each week, one will be from a big-time classic artist, whereas the other one might be an underground, underappreciated, up-and-coming. You never know what that artist is, but not really in the mainstream yet.
Right. Somebody we discovered that we'd love to share with you after we've discussed it among ourselves.
Yep. And for this week, Dane will be playing the big-time classic artist, where I will be sharing with you an up-and-coming artist. But before we get to that, what we'd like for you to do is go down and subscribe, hit the like button, and then in the comments, tell us what you think about the Cult Lords in the music arena here, doing some music videos. What do you think about
that? If you
that?
like the songs, you're going to add them to your playlist.
Yep.
If it's something you haven't heard before, and if you got any suggestions, we will definitely love taking on any new songs to our playlist.
Alice, we'll listen to them and tell you if we like them and add them to our playlist, because we're always looking for new songs.
They might make an appearance. Let's see.
So, Dane!
Yes!
You're going to be kicking this off, this
am.
music exchange, with a classic artist.
Woo!
And who would that be this week?
Ooh, who could it be? Led Zeppelin!
Who could it be? I thought you were going to go with Men at Work. Who could it be now? All right, no.
Harmonize.
So we did. All right. Well, so we are on Led Zeppelin.
We're doing Led Zeppelin. We are specifically one of my favorites on Physical Graffiti. Album number 6 came out in 1975. It's the first song on the last side of album 2 called Night Flight.
Night Flight?
Night Flight.
Oh, okay.
Physical Graffiti, the first one by Swan Song Records. But the interesting thing about that album, you know it's a double album.
Yes.
A lot of the songs actually came from previous years. So Night Flight was actually originally recorded during the Led Zeppelin 4 sessions.
Yeah.
So you can imagine where would that song have fit on Led Zeppelin 4? Because it doesn't, you'll when you hear it, you'll remember it, but it's like, it doesn't sound anything like those other ones, but it fits so well on this album.
Yep.
And you'll hear it when it kicks in, but one of my favorite parts is Bonham playing the hi-hat, and he had this, at the beginning, and what it reminds me of, you remember Good Times, Bad Times?
Yes.
Bow, bow,
Yep.
boom, boom. And then he starts playing the cowbell.
Yeah.
And the way he plays the cowbell, for me, it sounds like the way he does this hi-hat with the cymbals.
Right. The funny thing is you are featuring Bonham and on this song, because this isn't really a big Jimmy Page song, is it?
No. There's, in fact, no major guitar solos. He just kind of plays along rhythm the whole time.
Yeah.
You get a lot of John Paul Jones doing a lot of organ, and in fact, he gets credit for writing this particular, he's like first name on the credits for this particular song. But, that is an absolutely outstanding album. The famous, what is it called, St. Mark's Place, where where it was the album cover came from.
Yeah.
Do you happen to remember the beginning of the Rolling Stones' "Waiting on a Friend"?
No.
I'm just waiting.
Oh, I'm waiting on. Yes, yeah.
Waiting on a friend.
Yeah,
You remember how the video started?
I don't remember.
They're
the
all
video.
sitting at a stoop outside waiting for a friend. It's in New York. It's actually that stoop in front of the Led Zeppelin.
So the interesting thing about the Physical Graffiti album, from my understanding, is in the 70s when they put this album out, there was a version of the album where, the windows are, you could either open them up and then like you could move something in the back where it would like move like people around.
It comes in with a sleeve that has window, fills them all in, and they have like Led Zeppelin and Drag that was taken, and there's like the Queen is in there. I think Aleister Crowley might be.
But you can open up like an advent calendar, right? Or something
no,
like that?
the pictures are open. It is cut.
Yeah.
And so but when you put the sleeve in, it then fills in the picture. So normally it's a regular looking tenant, but when you put the sleeve in, you then get to see all the little shenanigans. Yeah. It was kind of another way of doing Led Zeppelin 3 when they did the turning dial and you had a different thing there. Yeah. But the thing that Bonham really made, I thought, the best part of this song is those hi-hats, and he was known for his 15-inch Peisty Sound Edge hi-hat pair, which is a classic. Well, so Peisty is a big cymbal manufacturer. Haven't heard of it.
Well, Dane, let's get to the song.
All right.
So
we're queuing it up.
And here we go.
Love those drums.
I received a message from my brother across the water. He sat laughing as he wrote the ends inside. So I said goodbye to all my friends and packed my horse inside a matchbox, 'cause I know it's time to fly.
everybody, welcome back. You know, Jimmy Page was obviously a huge partier. I think he was a heroin addict in the end, and he's cleaned up. But there's a famous picture I put up right now of him slamming one of the Jack Daniels. So in honor of that, all right, and then we're going to try some of this Jack Daniel Bonded. Always wanted to try this just to see what it tasted like. But before we get to that, we'll finish off with that. We are going into JR's underappreciated new music unknown pick. And it is...
So the person I chose for this video is Mehro.
Mehro.
He's an up-and-coming artist. I think he's been out for about 3 years. Really, interestingly enough, really hasn't put out official records or CDs. He did have like an album, but I think it was put out digitally. And then later on, I think some third-party artists came and said, "Hey, we want to put this on vinyl, and we want to put this on."
All right.
But like, if you go to like, Discogs or anything like that to buy an album from Mehro,
can't do it.
Not gonna find it.
Not gonna do it.
No, not gonna do it. So you're gonna have to find it like digital. So you'll find it on SoundCloud. Yeah. You'll find it on, was it Brain Candy? You'll find it on iTunes, stuff like that.
Cool.
So
I'm anxious to hear it.
So in October of 2022, Mehro puts out just a single. Not on an album, just a single. And it's called Pretty Kids. And I was in my car driving, and I was listening to, I think, the alternative channel on Sirius XM. And the DJ comes on and says, "Hey, we've got this new song by Mehro. I want to get you guys your opinion. Call in and tell me if this is like a smash or is this a dump kind of thing." You know what I mean? And so they played the song, and I was in my car listening. I'm like, "Dude,
like,
this
turn it up.
Turn it up." I was like, "This is really, really good." And it really reminds me kind of like of an 80s kind of song, like a Talking Heads meets a little bit of New Order, and a little bit of Robert Smith and The Cure, you know what I mean? And I go, "I bet you this kid looks pretty goth," or something like that. So I go and look him up, and he's not technically goth, but he's got the big, flyaway hair, and he looks like, kind of the geeky kid in high school that, played the guitar.
Learned how to play well.
But you know what? I have put a lot of people onto this song because it doesn't get much airplay. It doesn't have an album to support it. It's just digital. Right. And the song is Mehro, Pretty Kids.
So let's take it away now.
Let's hear what it sounds like.
Kind of hard not to dance to this one.
How 80s does this sound?
Oh, yeah.
Just off the highway, beyond the potted plant roads, they're there in absentia. It's a gallant faint hole. No, you're not invited. The door's always closed. There's an ugly inside it. It's where the pretty kids go. It's where the pretty kids go.
They're cocaine. Everyone's brushing their noses. They get colds back there?
At the end of somewhere, just beyond the turn, there's a distant fire. I can smell it burn. See the shadows dancing in the amber glow, just outside of nowhere.
It's definitely a cool song.
It's where the pretty kids go.
Very simplistic.
It's where the pretty kids go. Bad intentions, broken by design, no exceptions. We're just wasting time. If you don't drink the Kool-Aid, then you really never know what poison tastes like. It's where the pretty kids go. It's where the pretty kids go. It's where the pretty kids go.
Hey there, Cult Lords fans. Now, Dane and I are just drinking some of that smooth Tennessee whiskey.
I did.
Oh, yeah. So, Dane, what did you think of the Mehro song?
Oh, that's an awesome song. I love that. And it's very danceable.
Yeah.
That's totally 80s.
Yeah, and then if you read the lyrics, you know, he's talking about the pretty kids in school where they hang out, you know, and he wishes he could go hang out with them, you know, where the pretty kids go.
Right.
But yeah, it's a great song. That's why it reminds me a little Robert Smith-ish.
Yes,
kind of
I can see that.
That angst, that teenage angst.
Robert Smith didn't really have danceable music, but this was.
Yeah, he did.
Did he? Like
I would
what?
say "Friday I'm in Love" is danceable.
Oh, well, that's later.
And then I'd say "Just Like Heaven." You could kind of dance it as much as this. So.
This is more like Love Cats.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. But yeah, I would love to, you know, to hear what our Cult Lords fans think of both Night Flight and Pretty Kids.
Two songs that do not get a lot of airplay, obviously.
No.
Not related in any way. Really don't sound alike, other than, you know.
It's got a good beat.
Got a good beat. You got a good beat. You got to kind of dance to it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah, Dick, I think I could give it an 8.5. And if you never watched American Bandstand, then you must be a millennial or somebody pretty young. So, all right. Well, Cult Lords fans, go down, hit subscribe, hit like, and then tell us in the comments what do you think about us doing music videos like this. I really want your honest opinion. Did you have fun listening to those songs? Yeah. Are you going to add them to your playlist? Is it your type of music? Is it not your type of music? So I'm going to say, take a guess at some of our loyal listeners if they will like any of these songs.
I think they'll like them both.
You think so?
Yeah. Don't you think so?
I don't know.
I mean, it is not your typical Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Night Flight is definitely, you know, the weird thing about it, it's hard to define. Is it a country rock song? It's like, because of the way he does the
drumming.
Very
bluesy. Very bluesy.
Well, it's bluesy, but it's also kind of boogie-woogie. There's a little bit jazz drumming going on there, you know, because there's no guitar.
Yeah.
There's no wow.
Well, there is guitar, but it's very minimal.
Right. It's not bluesy guitar. It's very
it's
minimal.
bluesy guitar. It's just very minimal.
Yeah, it's very minimal.
Very minimal for him. Like you said, no solo. Right?
No solo, nothing. He just goes and plays along the same melody that everyone else is doing. So it's a lot more support of the music, of the drumming, and the piano, or the organ, or whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then Robert Plant's voice, as I mentioned earlier, it was at his peak.
Yeah.
So he goes high, 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 because he's coming off of Led Zeppelin 4 when they did it, 1971, 72.
So we could talk all day about this, but you know what? We just want to hear what you guys think. And then we will see you next time on the Cult Lords Music Exchange.
Peace out.